All right. Good night, good night, good night. Tonight, man, I'm so excited. We've got a special guest tonight. this this gentleman is a legend in the DMV. I must first of all let me do correctly. Over 45 years in the broadcasting space, recipient of the Presidential Volunteer Service Lifetime Achievement Award 2024, Marcus Garvey Award, and countless other awards over the years. I don't waste no time, because time is vital. Mr. Tony Carr, welcome.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. First thing first, man, I need to apologize, give you a public apology for last week with all the technical issues we was having. So
I know.
that pretty
what.
much gave me the I guess the fire to make sure and get the live right. And tonight, as you can see, is perfect. So you was actually a big help with that situation last week.
We spent over hour.
Yeah,
trying
man.
to get it right. Didn't work.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Here we are. All right, man. Let's kick it off, man. First of all, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Nice. So let's start from the beginning. You were born in Manchester, Jamaica?
I was born in northern Manchester.
Yeah.
In a place called Shudley, which is like 3 miles out of Christiana. Christiana is the second largest town in Manchester.
So for folks like myself who's not from Jamaica, Manchester is what, countryside or more to the like in between?
Actually, in the center of Jamaica.
Okay. So what was it like growing up in Well, you grew up in Vineyard Town, right?
Well, my parents died when I was very young. As a matter of fact, my parents died 2 months and 11 days apart. My father died in November of 1953, and my mother died in January of 1954.
Oh.
Then one of my uncles, there's 6 of us. Our parents had. The 3 girls were older. They were living in Kingston at that time.
Okay.
And my uncle Robert took the 3 boys, me, my older brother Lee, and my younger brother Howard. Both of them now live in Canada. They've been living in Canada for many years.
Yes.
And took us to Kingston. We spent a couple of months in area of Kingston called Franklin Town.
Okay.
And then I think I after that I went to spend my 3 sisters took myself and my younger brother in. We lived on a road called Homestead Road in Rollington Town.
Okay.
And after that, we moved to Vineyard Town. So I spent most of my time in Vineyard Town growing up.
So how was it as a youth growing up in Vineyard Town? What was it like back in what those days? This was what I don't want to put your age out there, but it was
No,
like
I don't hide my age, man. I'm 81 years
uh,
of age.
like
I'm not one of those stupid people. I'm 81 years last February, February 3rd.
yeah, yeah. That's the blessings, man. That's a
Yeah, thank you.
so what was it like growing up as a youth in them days?
Well, you know, Vineyard Town was a lot. I had a lot of good friends in Vineyard Town.
Yeah,
We used to have a football team. We used to play cricket at Camp, which is the military base, which is close by to us.
yeah.
We used to go through we made holes and go through the fence and play football because they were not, the Englishmen were based in Jamaica at that time. They were not using the most of those sports field, but they used to chase us down and all that stuff. But it never stopped us
Wow.
until independence. After independence, we stopped
Mhm.
running away from them. So I grew up in Vineyard Town, and uh, I grew up with my love of music came from around that time because some of my neighbors was like Michael Rose,
Yeah,
great saxophonist for Aswad.
yeah.
We used to actually live behind me,
Okay.
different road, but our backyards met. Then I had people like Alan Skillcole,
Mm.
one of Jamaica's greatest football player, Neville Oxford, another great Jamaican football player, Alston de Costa, another our goalkeeper who kept for YMCA football team when YMCA was on top of the world.
Yeah.
And then I had people like Boris Gardner, great bass player and singer, who lived maybe less than a mile away from me. I used to go to his backyard and watch him write a lot of his big songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And across from me, I'm trying to remember the gentleman's name, right across from me. He sung a huge hit in Jamaica in the early 60s. He and this woman, a song called Worried Over You.
Mm.
And on Wednesdays, people like the gay lads and all that, uh, and the blind saxophonist, forget his name, uh, Raw Richards, I think it was his name.
Yeah.
They used to come to this club and they would have jams, just jams, gay lads. Some of them I don't even remember their names now, who
Yeah.
later became big stars.
Big stars.
So, and also before I moved to Vineyard Town, when I was living on Homestead Road, some of my neighbors were like Roland and no, not Roland and Fonso, uh, Tommy McCook, great
Okay.
saxophonist,
Yeah. Yeah.
so original member. He was a leader of the Scatterlights. And
Wow.
Don Drummond lived
Yeah.
up the road from me.
So a lot of legends in that area.
A lot of musicians. Some of them I don't remember now,
Yeah.
but a lot of musicians grew up in that area. And on a Friday night, I and a couple of my friends, we would walk maybe about from Vineyard Town to up to Warwick Hill. We would go listen to the Rastamans, and all the musicians would go there and jam on a Friday night
Yeah.
up Warwick Hill. So I think that's where the love of music came from. And as the years went by, I became a track coach at Excelsior High School.
Right.
from 1963, 69 when I left Jamaica. And at that time, I was living in St. Andrew Park, which is in the Halfway Tree area before I left Jamaica.
Mm.
And I ran track for Jamaica. I went to the Pan American Games in Sao Paulo, 1963. I won a bronze medal in the 4x400
Wow.
meter relay.
You're representing Jamaica.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Pan American Games.
Oh, congratulations.
I represented Jamaican track and field from 63 through 69 when I left Jamaica.
Yeah. 'Cause I know
I
you're a
never,
big sports fan, you know.
huh?
I know you're a big fan of sports.
Oh, yeah, track is my number one sport,
Yeah.
track and field. I followed track and field very closely in Jamaica. I still follow the high school that guys that I used to coach went back and revitalized the track meet. They produce quite a few, including Akira uh, Nugent,
Yeah.
whom I met 2017, and I was taken and I was told that this young lady is going to be a big star one day.
Wow.
So those are my love: music,
Mm.
track and field, and cricket. I used to play business house cricket. I played business house cricket. I don't think it's going on anymore, but I played business house cricket for about 6 years for Jamaica Times. I was a uh, medium pace left arm bowler and leg break bowler.
All right. So let's pause right there. So you have to step back a little bit. What type of cricket is this?
It was a league, a business house league.
Okay.
Top business house had about 18 teams.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And a lot of the cricketers who used to play for Jamaica and West Indies played in that league also, because they
Yeah.
work with those places. Yeah.
Wow.
So I played with some top cricketers at the time
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
did fairly well.
You know, I don't even doubt you. You know, sports is your thing, man. Sports is your thing. So, you were big into sports. So, at this time, how old you were around that 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 time frame?
Well, I represented Jamaica in track the first time. I think I was what, six? I was 20.
Okay,
Yeah.
20. Right.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna piggyback a little bit. Back to the music in Jamaica as a youth growing up. Being exposed to all these late on legends in the music space. Back then, what type of music was really being played? Was it more mental ska?
Well, mentor,
Mm,
you have. Let me tell you something about mentor.
yeah.
Mentor is not what you hear a lot of people claim is mentor.
Mm,
It has a little mentor feeling, but what I used to do every independence, when Jamaica got independence in August 1962, that
yeah.
was the only year I spent in Kingston.
Ah.
After that, I used to drive out into the country parts,
Yeah.
places you didn't even know exist in Jamaica at the time.
Yeah.
But I would drive out in the country parts. Man, this friend who died in a car accident some years ago,
Mm.
and we would go up in the country, some hilly places. You would hear real, authentic mentor.
Ah.
As the years go by, what a lot of people describe as mentor is, to me, it wasn't a real mentor. You had
Yeah.
to go to the country. You
Great.
didn't hear it in Kingston.
Uh.
Real mentor.
Yeah.
Places like Clarendon had a lot of good mentor bands, and that's what I used to do. Every independence, I would, me and this friend would drive out into Clarendon and drive up in the hills, and people would tell us where we could go listen. They could used to have the country fairs and all that thing, and you'd hear mentor, real mentor. But growing up as a young boy in Jamaica
Mm.
was American music, rhythm and blues.
Yes. Yes.
In the night, we used to, I think, most of Jamaica, we used to listen to a radio station in Miami, WINZ,
Hmm.
and you'd hear all the top American music. In the
Yeah.
nights, you would hear. In the day you wouldn't, but in the night
Nighttime. Yeah.
you would hear stations. We would pick up stations in New Orleans, places like that, where you hear the real American rhythm and blues, and that's what we used to dance to. That's
Mm.
what the sound systems used to play. American music.
Right.
Jamaican music started to develop, in my humble opinion, uh, about 1958, 59. You started to hear what became ska. But the original music was, they were trying to imitate American music
Yeah. Yeah.
at that time.
At that time.
And it eventually it developed into ska
Right.
music.
Mm.
Ska music was around, was very extremely popular until the mid 60s.
Okay.
And uh, the music slowed down to what was then called rock steady.
Rock steady. Mm.
In my opinion, perhaps the best set of music
It's rock steady.
was rock steady. You had all these great singers
Yes.
and great groups.
Mm-hmm.
The Heptones, uh, the Techniques. I mean, you had so many groups.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paragons. Paragons was my favorite group at that time.
The cables.
The Cables came on a little later.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they were a little later, but Hopton Lewis, who I went to school with,
Yeah.
who I credited as making the first rock steady, and
Okay.
that is why you Trinis think that y'all created rock steady, because the great guitarist
Yeah.
Trinidad, who lived in Jamaica at the time, what's his name? He died a couple years ago.
Uh,
Hopton Lewis, they were trying to record a ska song with a record, Hopton Lewis.
okay.
As he told me,
Yeah.
at that time we were working together. We went to Calabar Elementary School
Uh-huh.
together for a while, and he couldn't keep up the pace.
Mm.
And Lynn Tate, the guitarist I'm talking about,
Yeah.
so made a suggestion to slow down, because he didn't think that Hopton could keep up the step pace, which is very up tempo,
Mm.
and that's how Rocksteady came around,
Because it was more of a slow, groovy vibe.
and it tore up the place. It tore up the place, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 you start to hear all these great songs.
Yeah.
And I think some of Jamaica's greatest singers came out of that area.
Yeah.
The Ken Booth, Alton Ellis, Hartins Ellis, uh, quite a few females. Lady Flame just made a medley of Phyllis Dillon.
Yeah. Visit.
Yeah, the great Prince Buster was perhaps one of the best producer of ska music. I love anything that Prince Buster put out.
Wow. Yeah. I remember hearing his name a lot as a
Oh
kid.
yeah, Prince
Yeah.
Buster was the bass line on his music was outstanding to me.
Mm.
And yeah, so you at that, and Jamaican radio never used to play our music that much.
And I still hear that complaint today in 2024.
Well, I don't think so.
Mm.
There's something like the last time I heard, there was 30 something radio stations in Jamaica. They play a lot of reggae now.
Okay.
How some of them survive, I don't know. But the major stations, the Radio Jamaica and
Oh, yeah.
Didn't play that much.
Yeah.
As years came by, uh, I think they started to play more reggae on the radio after I left Jamaica. I left Jamaica '69.
Okay.
The Michael Dread,
Mhm.
when who started to play. Uh, I forget the name of his show. Something about Dread at the Control or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think he had a lot to do
Oh,
with.
dreaded control. The dreaded control.
Yeah,
That's
I think
Mikey
he
Dread.
had a lot to do with them playing more reggae on the radio in
Okay.
Jamaica. But as time go by, stations start to spring up all over the place. So there's about 30 odd stations in Jamaica right now.
Yeah, the same thing in Trinidad, man. They're
Yeah,
giving up.
a lot
Yeah.
of, a lot of stations. And so the music is being played by everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Some stations play a lot of nonsensical music, but some play good music.
Good vibes. Um. So, when was the first time you heard Bob Marley, or did you ever heard the name Bob Marley as a youth growing up? But he came a
Oh
little.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah. I actually used to, it had a man called Via Johns. He used to
Okay.
have this show. He used to have these live shows called Opportunity Hour. It
Okay.
was like a contest, like what you see on TV now.
Yeah. Like a star
And,
search type thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you saw people like Jimmy Cliff. You saw
Mm.
all of them because that's where a lot of them started, including Bob Marley.
Okay. Wow. Never
Right.
heard.
I actually met Bob Marley in 1968 when he came back from living in Delaware.
Yeah. Delaware. Mm-hmm.
And I actually met him one evening. I used to go to Savlamar. I had a girlfriend in Savlamar, so I used to go there a lot on weekends.
Yeah.
And I was going down, and I remember they were having this big dance that night, and this guy had asked me to get some records for him.
Yeah.
I forgot. I left halfway through, and I got out on Spanish Town Road, and near Spanish Town Road, where this Royal Crema was. Now it's all big highways and all that stuff. And I said, "Oh shucks!" So I turned back, and I said, "Let me see if there's any record store on uh, Spanish Town Road." And I was driving, not seeing any because I'm not too familiar with that area. But I didn't want to go all the way back up to halfway tree
Right.
where I used to buy my music at Aquarius Records. And I heard music, and I saw Dred sitting out by a little shop, and I said, "Yo, you sell music?" And him say, "Yeah, man." And I
Yeah.
drove over there. So while we were in there, he was
Yeah.
playing music, and I was selecting music.
Right.
This little brother rode up on one of these bikes,
Yeah.
and he brought this song in. I didn't even know it. I wasn't even paying attention to him. And he put on this song, and I
Yeah.
said, "Damn," which was "Nice Time" by Bob Marley.
Okay.
And I said, "Damn, give me that, boy. May I buy that?"
How much?
It's
How
a
much was back then? That so it was a
couple
45.
pence, couple pence.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
nothing much.
Yeah.
So he said, "You like this?" And I
Yeah.
turned on, it was Bob.
Really?
Yeah, because I wasn't paying attention to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
come in and talk to the dread and put on the song he brought. It was Bob.
Yeah.
You know, the backside was Hypocrite, two big hits. I said, "Wow, I got to
Yeah.
get this." So I bought it.
Yeah.
And the dread said to him, Mark said, I don't remember how it came up, but asked if they had any guineas or red stripe. And the dread went and got some. And Bob and I sat down and we talked for about 2 hours. I said,
Wow.
"Shit, I got to go because I got to drive on over 100 miles
Yeah.
down them curvy road down."
Well, I don't want to fast forward this because this is a historical moment here, because things like these I look at it as um documented history, so to speak. Do you remember the conversations or the conversation rather that you guys had? Like what was he talking
No,
about?
we're just talking.
That random conversation.
Just running with us, talking about all kind of things. All I remember that he said he didn't want to. One of the things I remembered, he said he didn't want to fight no Chinaman because
Mm.
no Chinaman ever do anything. We in the Vietnam War because he was about to be drafted.
Oh,
He
okay.
was a permanent resident
Okay. Okay.
living with his mother in Wilmington, Delaware, and he
Yeah.
said, and he came back.
Ah,
Now
okay.
that song is credited to the Wailers,
Yeah.
but I personally have always felt it was just Bob Marley alone. But
Yeah.
of course, it was Bob Marley and the Wailers on
Yeah.
the record, on
Yeah.
their personal label.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my thing. I believe it was just Bob alone.
Yeah.
There was no Bunny or no Peter on
Yeah.
that album, and that's single. And so
So, mhm.
that was my little thing. I met Bob Marley then, Bob. I, I I left Jamaica 69,
Yeah.
and most of my knowledge of Bob Marley since I've been here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to go forward and come back a little bit.
Yeah,
So not a lot of people could really say in these times that they met Bob, they had a conversation with Bob and so forth. At that level. Fast forward to these present times, you obviously met his sons. Having
I've, I've
conversations.
met I've met Stephen.
Yeah.
I've met Ziggy, and what's the one that live in Florida? Well, they all live in Florida now.
Yeah. I know you met
Um,
Junior Gong.
Imani.
Yeah.
Junior Don, yes,
Yeah.
Damian Marley. I met Damian, courtesy of Dr. Dread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So by meeting them now, do you I guess the question I'm asking is have an opportunity to meet their father. When you talk to them, do you actually see it or the vision back then to now? Do you get that? Do you see
I don't know what vision you're talking about,
do
but I
you see
can
Bob
tell.
in them? Maybe that's the question. Do you see Bob in them?
Yes,
Yeah, that's the question. Do you
especially
see Bob in them?
especially Ziggy,
Ah, yeah,
especially Ziggy,
yeah,
and they are great musicians.
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen them live, but you should never miss their show.
Yeah, I actually interviewed Stephen before, and I met Junior Gong there once.
Yeah, they're a hell of a performance.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They
Their
definitely
mu-
crowd seriously.
their music, they're very professional.
Mm.
Their show starts on time, and you get great music. I love Stephen Marley. Of
Well,
all the Marleys, I love Stephen Marley.
well,
I try not to miss his shows.
well. I can remember this a little bit of history. I don't know if he came after that, but Stephen Marley, I'd interview him the week right before we had the shutdown for the COVID situation.
Okay.
So they had the show, and then that obviously we had the shutdown, and they had to cancel the show. So I don't know if you ever been back to the DMV area since then, but I remember that
Oh
specific.
yeah, he was he comes he comes here just about every year at the film world.
Oh, so yeah, the film.
Yeah. I have never interviewed Stephen, but I have interviewed Ziggy about 3 times, and he's a wonderful. He does a great job when you interview him.
Yeah, yeah. So I got one up on you, man. I got one up on you. All right, man. So let's move into the So you moved to the US. You said 1969, right?
1969, I came here July 1969. I was in New York because at that time I had 2 sisters who no longer with us, living in Queens and in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I was there for about 4 months, and I came here in October of 1969, and I've been here ever since.
Yeah. How was the DMV back then? In those early this man. You talk about the
in
early.
the early days.
Yeah.
Okay, in the early days there was really nothing much. Uh, Emperor Sound System was on with Nostran, who started Emperor Sound System.
Mm.
Used to have these little parties, and
Kilimanjaro.
no, Emperor Emperor Sound System, which is still
I,
around.
I didn't mean Kilimanjaro. I meant the club in DC.
Well, that came in the 80s.
Okay, okay, okay.
I played there
I'm
for
speeding.
about 6 years.
Yes, I heard. Yeah, I heard about that. You was like the house DJ.
Well, actually, how that started, one of their promoters, Sidney Let, who now lives in South Africa,
Oh wow. Mm.
said they had the hall, they had the club, and they had the what Kilimanjaro Hall.
Yeah,
And he approached Bobby Adams, Bobby's Music Machine,
yeah,
and myself about doing a Friday or Saturday night. Don't remember which night it was. Do a reggae night.
yeah,
So he said he couldn't pay us immediately, but once the thing raised up, this is what we would get,
yeah.
and we agreed. After a month, it started to pick up.
Right.
So I said to Bobby, uh, "It's time we get paid."
Yeah.
So I went to him, and I know they were making money at this time to pay us.
Right. I
They
mean,
didn't
if
want they
actually,
didn't want to pay us, so I quit.
yeah. So wait, he didn't want to pay.
He didn't want to pay.
Wow.
And what he did, he brought back Bobby a couple weeks after.
Yeah.
And I didn't get mad or nothing. Bobby can do what he wants to do, but you want to pay me, you want to pay me.
Yeah.
And then long after that, they brought me back,
Mm.
and I was playing in the hall,
Yeah.
and I decided I was going to get involved in playing everything:
Mm.
American, African, soca, reggae, and I started playing on the back,
Yeah.
and the crowd would eventually the crowd would move from the front part of the club to the back
Yeah.
where I was playing. And Victor Kibunjo, who is the owner, said to me, "Man, we're gonna move Nelmo, the guy from Kenya or Tanzania was playing in the front." He said, "I'm gonna move Kenya and you come to the front."
Okay. So they're gonna move the club around, pretty much.
Well, he didn't like that a lot of people when I was playing,
Yeah.
that a lot of people would come over to my side. So he decided to move me to the front.
Okay.
And so I played there for about 5, 6 years.
Mm.
And again, when I found out how much money they were making at the door, I asked for a raise. He wouldn't pay. So I quit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also got involved with Brazilian music. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah. I'm familiar with that as well. I'm familiar.
Yeah. And I hosted a radio program on WPFW with a lovely Brazilian young lady.
Well,
Uh,
before we get to that,
yeah.
before we get to that, I want to backtrack a little bit because I want to make sure and get all these historical moments. So you stopped playing at Kilimanjaro,
Mhm.
and how were you introduced to radio in the DMV?
Well, at that time, we had two people on the radio:
Hmm.
John Blake at WHOR with the Caribbean Experience,
Yeah.
and Von Martin, who's still on WPFW
Yeah.
with Caribbean.
Mhm.
By this time, Ricky Hillocks, who I first met when he had a record store on another part of town, and moved. He moved to Georgia Avenue, Georgia, and was the main. This is where you buy, you get your reggae music or soca music, anything.
Yeah.
And he used to send music to John and Vaughn,
Right.
but they did not play it that much.
Yeah.
What they were playing, what was the kind of reggae that was popular in Trinidad, and that's what they knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Rick would get upset that they were not playing the music
That he was sending.
that he was sending. So he looked at me one day and said, "Listen, I want you to call every radio station in DC and see if we can get a reggae show."
Yeah.
And I did. I spent about 3 days
Yeah.
calling every radio station that I could find.
So particularly at that time, there was no reggae shows in the DMV.
No, no.
Mm.
And lo and behold, a young lady said, "Hold on," at one of these stations. And this gentleman came on, and the first thing he said, "Where the hell have you been? I've been looking for someone to play reggae at my station."
Wow.
A gentleman by the name of Jake Einstein,
Mm.
WHFS, which is now Magic 102.3.
Okay.
In,
Wow.
they were in Bethesda.
Yeah.
So I said, "Rick, this man is interested." So we went to meet him,
Yeah.
and at this time I had no idea, nothing. I wasn't thinking about being on the radio or anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So after the man agreed and Rick agreed, because Rick had to pay him a little money for an hour.
Mm.
So we said, who going to the program? And
Well,
he and Bobby Newby laughed
I'm
and
gonna
said, "You."
I'm gonna pause right there. I heard it was $100. Is that
That's
true?
what I think it was. An hour, $100 an hour.
Yeah. Okay. Mm.
And so Rick decided to promote it and hope that he would get other people. At that time, there was not a lot of Caribbean businesses
Yeah.
in the area, one or two places.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a lot of restaurants like now.
Mm.
I think there was a club up on the border of DC. Was it? Get the name of it. The place I think it was, and there was a Carib too.
Mm. Okay.
And I used to play on Friday nights at Carib too. Me
Yeah.
and Bobby Newby. Bobby Newby was the main DJ there. And I would play Friday, he would play Saturday, and things like that.
Yeah.
And so I said, who host this reggae program now? Now that you get a, he said, "You." I said, "Me? I don't know nothing about no radio."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, man, go try it. We'll go try it."
Yeah.
So I called Mr. Einstein and I said, "They want me to do the thing, but I don't know anything about radio." He
Yeah.
said, "Don't worry. You're going to have a good man who's going to be your engineer. And all you got to do is listen to what he says. Just
Mm.
bring your music, give him a list of the songs, and he will tell you what to say and what not to do and blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
So, that's how it started.
Mm.
I remember that studio was cold like hell, and I was sweating the whole time because I was scared. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah. You want to press the wrong button and say the wrong thing.
No, all I did whenever he would lift his finger and point at me, that's when I talk. I
Yeah.
don't. All I had in front of me was a mic.
Yeah.
He had my music, and I have the list, and he has the list.
Okay. 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 Mm.
I would talk about West Indian Record Mart, of course, because they were a sponsor.
Yeah.
Uh, that was it. I
Mm.
didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
After a while, it got comfortable, and I started to like this thing.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that didn't last very long because Rick got upset that nobody else wanted to support it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he quit. And all this time I used to go to buy Von Martin, and I learned how to run the board and all that kind of stuff.
Mm,
I used to take music down to Von Martin and, would squeeze in my reggae
yeah.
that I wanted to hear what
Yeah.
we thought. Instead of the jokify reggae from that they loved in Trinidad at the time. And I kept pestering the program director
Mm,
that I wanted to be on the radio.
okay.
He said, "But you don't know nothing about jazz." I said, "You're joking, man." At
Yeah.
that time, I had maybe 100, 200 jazz albums because I grew up loving jazz in Jamaica also.
Yeah. Yeah.
And finally, he called me one day and said, I have a time slot from, I think it was it a Tuesday night from 1 a.m. to 7:30. But guess what? You
Yeah.
got to have a license.
Man.
Of course, I didn't have no license. At that time, everybody had to have a license to be on
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But Sidney White, who used to live in this, he and I was living in the same building off 14th Street there.
Yeah.
And he had a license.
Mm.
Because we used to sit down and play jazz and just talk shit all the time,
Yeah.
you know? And so I said, I have somebody. So I asked Sidney, I said, Sidney,
Yeah.
I have a plan,
Mm.
but it's going to involve you.
Yeah.
I want to play reggae, but it will come later. But I have times that from 1 a.m. to 7:30. Would you come and join me? He said, sure.
Yeah. That's a long haul, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
And, at that time, that's what it was. At that time, 12 midnight to 9 a.m. was nothing for WPFW.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to be on that time.
Yeah.
So
And
I took it. After
WPFW is Pacifica Radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after a while, I said, Sidney, here's the plan.
Mm.
You go and play jazz from 1 to 5.
Right.
You can leave. Hey, yeah, we both had to be at work the next morning now.
Wow.
And I'm going to start playing reggae from 5 to 7:30.
Mm.
And that's how reggae started on WPFW.
So you took a chance.
I took a chance.
Yeah.
And they did not know because the management of BFW, they, they, they didn't listen to the station that early.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was a fundraising, the first fundraising that I had, that I had to do.
Yeah.
And it was about 7 o'clock, and the phones were ringing like crazy. I
Mm.
re- I had raised over $700 by that time,
Wow.
and the station manager, Lon Kreslov, called and said, "Tony, why are you playing reggae? Nobody wants to hear that at this time of the morning." I said, "Why you say that?"
Yeah.
She said, "Nobody wants to hear reggae this time of the morning." I said, "Maybe I think you're wrong because I raised over $700." I
Mm.
should say, "You're what?"
Right. Chuck.
Now, let me tell you, at that time, WPFW never raised $100 from 12 midnight to 9 a.m. At that time.
That's crazy.
Here I am raising $700.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I said, "Lorna, I can't talk to you because the phone ringing." I was the only one in this station
Yeah.
taking all the calls.
Mm.
10 minutes after, sleepy program director called and said, "Tony, Lundquist called me and said, you're playing reggae. Why are you? How come you didn't tell me you're playing?" He was a little upset.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I just decided to try."
Yeah.
And I've raised over 700. He said, "You what?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, he said, "All right, I'll talk to you later." And he hung up the phone. Anyhow, I
Yeah.
raised almost $800.
Mm.
And a couple of weeks after, he called me and said, I'm going to give you a time slot for your own reggae show.
Wow.
So he gave me a time slot,
Yeah.
and it was a 2 hour slot. But the good thing about it, Sydney White continued to play reggae. So there was 2 reggae programs and a Caribbean program.
Oh wow. So pretty much three Caribbean programs.
Well, I wouldn't say 3 Caribbean. There was 1 Caribbean and 2 reggae
Oh,
programs.
Caribbean and two reggae. Okay.
Yeah, all of a sudden, from 0 to 1
Yeah.
by chance, and then when I moved to that, Sydney White continued.
Yeah. So shall we give you the credit for? Well, I guess we have to give you the credit, or is it a two part? Is it a two part situation with introducing reggae on the radio? Because if it wasn't for Sydney, you wouldn't be able to play because he had a license, right?
He had a license,
Yeah.
and how I got to do the reggae program, right?
Yeah.
The the program director told me, "Don't worry, I will sign the log,
Ah.
and I will sign off the log, and all you do is put in what was in,
Yeah.
and nobody has to know that you don't have a license."
Well, they know now.
Well, you don't have to have a license now. Well, if they
No.
know now, what can they do? They're no longer with the station anyway.
Well, you know what, man? It all worked out at the end. It all worked out.
Yep.
It all worked out, man. So a lot has changed from that time to now in the media space, especially here in the DMV. Of course, with Pacifica Radio, I think they have what 2 stations in California, one in Houston, and one
We have a total of 5 stations.
five now. Wow.
Well, it's been always PFW is the very last one to come on board, 1977.
Okay. Okay.
They have
Great.
one in WBAI in New York, 2 in California, and 1 in Houston, and us.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. So a lot has changed in the DMV as far as radio. You yourself, you haven't stuck with just radio. You also have branched out into hosting a number of events here in the DMV. One particular artist, it seemed like you was his personal host. That's Burris Hammonds. I think you've been introducing or hosting Burris.
For about 16 years, 16 going 17 years.
Yeah. Would you say he's one of your favorite artists?
He is my favorite artist.
Why I knew that would have been the answer. Oh man. So you have introduced a lot of
So I would
music,
say thousands of people.
thousands of artists, thousands of music. I mean, what's some of the names?
Every artist, the only major artist that I have never introduced on stage
Hmm.
is, believe it or not, Steel Pulse,
Wow.
Bob Marley,
Yeah.
and I was going to be the MC for the Bob Marley show when he got sick.
Really?
Yeah, I was hired.
This was the one in DC?
The one that was going to be at University of Maryland, it was sold out for about a month.
Wow.
I was going to be the MC. So I never got the chance to do Bob Marley. I
Yeah.
never got the chance to do Bonnie Whaler, but
Mhm.
I've done Peter Tosh.
Wow. Wow.
But every Gregory Isaacs, Dennis Brown, for example, I did about 11 times.
Really?
Marcia Griffiths, countless times. Third World, countless times.
Wow.
Every other Aswad from Lucky Dube, I've done. In the old days, I used to love introduce dancehall. Today, you won't get me on a stage to introduce a dancehall artist. I don't know what they're doing today. But in the old days, Cape Town, Beanie Man, you name it, I used to introduce Lady Saw.
Wow.
I used to love introduce them. But then the music was different.
Yeah. Yeah.
But today, I've been called to introduce uh, 1 or 2 dancers, and I turn it down. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And I'm getting older now, so it doesn't matter if people call me
Yeah.
to MC shows, but occasionally I get a call. I emceed a very nice show the other day down in Reston, Virginia,
Okay.
with Israel Vibrations,
Yeah. Yeah.
couple others, Russledge, and couple others.
Mm.
And, so every now and then, it depends. I will go.
Yeah.
I'll take the. I gotta feel comfortable with the artist.
Yeah. You got to fit the program too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before, today is a lot of hype. MCs is a lot of hype.
Yeah.
I'm not a hype person.
Mm. Well, give me some tips, cause that's my thing also. So give me some tips for a young lad like myself as far as MCing.
Well,
Because it,
well,
AMC.
for me, I'm
Yeah.
from the old school.
Okay.
I don't believe the MC should make himself the center of attraction.
Agreed.
Like I see the young guys who MC shows to do today.
You want
My
to
job,
about an artist.
my my job is to just introduce the artist.
Yeah.
Little. Let me tell you. I don't know if you've ever seen me MC, but I
Of course,
started.
I've seen you MC many a
Okay,
times.
I started this thing to ask, "Are you ready?"
That's where I got it from.
Okay, how that happened? The
Yeah.
first time I MC'd a show was
Mm.
1977.
Mm.
I was in the audience at the University of Maryland with Ricky Hillocks and Bobby Newby
Yeah.
and Mike Jarwick, who hired me after that for every show he did at Mary, which included the Peter Shot.
Yeah.
Came out and said, "My God, guess what, Rick? I didn't hire MC.
Mm.
What the hell? What am I going to do?"
Yeah.
And Bobby turned and said, "He can do it," and point at me.
Right.
I said, "Bobby, I never MC a show in your life." And Mike Jarek said, "Don't worry, man, just come up. I'll
Mm.
tell you when to go out and you." So I went with him backstage. Time to go out. And I walked out in the audience
Right.
and I saw these thousands of people.
Yeah. That's looking at you.
And I didn't know what to say. And all I said was, "Are you ready?" And the crowd went wild. Yeah. And I said, "The mighty diamonds." And I
Yeah.
walked off the stage. And the guy called me and paid me. I said,
Yeah.
"Wow.
Right.
I didn't know your MC get money." He paid me and hired me after that for every show they did at Maryland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I got involved with the Crossroads.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was, what was it Alton called me? I was like his right hand man, but he
Yeah.
called me the artistic director or some crap. But basically, I was his right hand man,
Yeah. I think that's where we met the first time at the crossroad.
probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I I started hosting every show at the Crossroads. We got involved with certain shows, Neil Matai
Yeah.
and Papa Wabi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, I was the official, unofficial MC for Crossroads.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I started to introduce Barry Hammond. I just love Barry Hammond.
Yeah. Yeah. Great artist, man.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow, man. So much history, Mr. Carr. So much history. Time check right about now, 9:54 p.m. Normally I go till 10, but tonight, I ain't gonna rush it, man. But I want to make sure this is a historic moment. When I catch you, I gotta make sure and we reason.
Yeah,
Um,
man, I'm here.
yeah. Over the years, man, we have always had a great friendship. Um, you always have great advice, great feedback. Um, little do you know, I've learned a lot from you over the years.
I've heard people say that, and I'm trying to figure out how the hell what the hell I learned from it. Tell me.
Well, for me, let me see. So I remember in the early days, I used to work night shift, and you probably can remember the situation that happened with you with the music and all that. But
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about that. How you saved my life one night. Yeah,
well,
I left my
mm,
uh what you call it, this thing here,
yeah,
all the music.
yeah. Back then was what, CD books. I think we used to use.
I
Oh,
left I
okay.
left I left it at home,
Yeah,
and uh I didn't know what to do, so I called this friend of mine, Todd Mangatal.
yeah. Tug and I forgot his wife's name, but
Susan, right?
yeah, Suzanne.
Susan. I know he was at Crossroads. I know he and Susan and Alton used to sit outside uh talking.
Yeah,
Club going on, they outside talking and things. So I called Todd. I said, Todd, I have a problem. And I told him, I said, we're going to have a talk show. He said, what we're going to talk about? I said, we're going to talk about everything we want to talk about.
right.
And I was surprised. People enjoying what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But you call and ask if I needed help. I said, well, I need music. And you said, well, I'm on my way to a club, but I don't have to get there until 12:30.
Yeah,
You came. You got there maybe 45, 50 minutes before I got off the air.
yeah, yeah.
And after you set up and you started playing music, I just shut up and let you play music the rest. I was so relieved. But the funny thing is, because Todd is very knowledgeable,
Yes.
and we were talking about things that people could relate to in the area and about music, about this, that.
Mm-hmm.
And people were calling in, and I put them on the air.
Yeah,
It made it more interesting.
yeah,
And more people kept calling. And it turned out to be a great night.
yeah, yeah,
And then you came and saved the bell, and I let you play music for the rest of the evening.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
You know,
it's one
but
of those.
let me. I learned. I was at PFW for a number of years, from 80 to 83,
Yeah,
and then I got suspended. I'm going to tell you that I got suspended
yeah.
for something, but I'm not going to discuss now. And then 2 weeks after, Kathy Hughes had a radio station, WL, on Wisconsin Avenue.
Okay.
Called me. Somebody told me that she wanted to meet me. She had a reggae show there with an American guy,
Yeah.
and something happened, and she got rid of the guy. So somebody told her about me. So she called me, and I went, and I did that for almost 3 years.
Okay. Wow.
And then until 86. After that, they had to close it down because they were not getting enough commercials
Yeah.
for reggae show. I started to go by John Blake. And after I learned how to run the board and all that stuff,
Yeah.
John Blake would be in the back putting the news together. Bobby Music Machine, Bobby Adams, used to have, I don't know if you remember, he used to have a 15-minute thing called a party mix.
Yes.
He would be in another studio finalizing and fine-tuning it.
Okay.
And what a lot of people didn't know for years, that I was the one playing the music.
Okay. So you were the DJ.
I was a DJ.
Okay.
I had free reign. Well, I know what John program was all about.
Yeah.
But when commercial time was coming up, I had to go get him. So he would come in, he would, of course, I'm making a list of the songs I play.
Yeah.
And then he would play the commercials because my voice could not be heard on WHR.
Okay.
You had to be unionized.
Yeah.
But a lot of people didn't know for years. When he and Bobby used to go to Trinidad Carnival,
Okay.
I was basically the one telling the American DJs they had
Mm.
what was going on in Trinidad
Okay.
at the time, because I went to Trinidad Carnival a couple of times.
Yeah.
I had an idea what was going on at the time,
Yeah.
what time John going call and all that.
Mm.
And you remember Addie Green?
I'd
Addie
agree.
Green had a Trinidadian lady who had a restaurant here in DC.
No, I can't say.
And she called and said, Tony, this guy, this guy ever been to Trinidad? I said, why you say that? Well, how he know so much about what going on at Carnival? And I
Yeah.
laughed and I said, I'm telling him, I'm the one telling him what's
Yeah.
going on. I
Yeah.
would tell him about the artists, you
Mm.
know,
Yeah.
and this guy was so smooth. He was an albino fella, I forget his name, but he was
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah.
I'd be telling him, and he would just spit it out like he knew what he was. He didn't know nothing. He didn't know nothing about the
It
music,
really was there.
but he was the host,
Yeah.
and I was the one selecting the music. And when John would call in from Trinidad and give his report, and I'm listening,
Yeah.
and whatever John was saying, I would, if he was saying he think so and so going to run the road march,
Yeah.
I would make sure I have that song set up.
Yeah.
So when John finished, that's what we would play. And people thought the guy was doing a great job.
Yeah.
It was really me.
Wow.
Yeah, for
You like
years.
you were like a puppet master, so to speak.
But he was so good.
Yeah.
Then by this time PFW was going on, you had Papa Wabi there and a couple other people playing reggae music.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 1989, I got a call from a gentleman at PFW, uh, 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 Tom Porter, who was the program director at Station Man. I don't remember what he was. He
Yeah.
called me and said, I need to talk to you. Uh, your name keep coming up.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you? I said, sure. He said, okay, I'm coming to see you tomorrow
Mm.
at this time. And he came and he said to me, listen, we had a situation a couple of days ago. Apparently, Wabi played a song and didn't listen to the entire song.
Okay.
And towards the end of it, the song, the artist was cussing out about lesbian and faggot and all kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wabi was on the phone. He turned off the music. He didn't have his headphone on, so
Yeah.
he's on the phone. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
There was, and so somebody called him and said, Wabi, why you playing that kind of music?
Yeah.
Wabi did it. And he got mad with this person, cussed them out.
Yeah.
By the time Wabi was finished, and he might be mad if you hear this, but this is a fact.
Yeah.
By the time he was finished, there
Yeah.
was about 50 to 80 people outside PFW protesting.
Wow.
So they had to suspend Wabi
Mm.
at the time. The, the program director, the Tom uh, Cole, who came and talked to me, said, can you do it for about 2, 3 months to let things cool down? I'm going to bring back Wabi. And
Yeah.
uh, there's no problem. I'm the one who started reggae at PFW.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went back and uh, what happened, I don't know if he had anything to do with this, but every time that I was on, these people would call and be nasty to me.
The protesters.
the listeners.
Mm.
It was a few of them because after a while you start to recognize the voices.
Yeah. Yeah.
And finally, I went to him and I said, I told him what was happening. He said, "Oh, I know. I've been getting the calls too.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing on the Wabi program? Things like that." And
Yeah.
I said, "Can I explain to these people so I can get it stopped how reggae came to be on WPFW? Because
Yeah.
I was the one who started it." He said, "Sure, but just don't be nasty." I said, "No, no, I'm just going to explain
Yeah.
to people." And I did.
Yeah.
And the call stopped.
Mm.
So the after that, he told me, he said, "Listen, I like what you're doing. I've talked with people here at the station. I love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay permanently?" I said, "Yeah, it's my old job."
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, "Don't worry, I bring back Wabi when when the time is right." So he brought back Wabi maybe a year after,
Okay. Okay.
and he had a uh, program called Shockwaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, on Friday night, and I used to be on Wednesday night,
Yeah.
and Walters used to be on Wednesday night, and uh, this Grenadian guy, what's his name, was on Monday night. But Ann Walters, myself, and uh, there was uh, there was an African guy also on at the time, an African program, and that was a whole week. But of course, as different program directors change up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you got involved with the Brazilian program?
Well,
What do you know about Brazilian music?
you know, uh, you asked me about that. I had some friends who used to go to Brazil every carnival,
Okay. Wow.
and they kept telling me, "You should go 1 year."
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to go 1 year. So I went to Rio with them,
Yeah.
and damn, the music hit me. So I
The music.
started buying up the music.
The music.
Yeah, I started buying it up
Yeah.
and just liked it. Then there was this Brazilian friend who had a restaurant up on Wisconsin Avenue.
Okay.
He used to almost every Saturday he used to have a party there because that was the action for Brazilian. Once the restaurant closed at 10, and they would play music. So I look at him one day
Mm-hmm.
and I said to him, "Maybe you should let me play instead of you playing because you're running the business." He said,
Yeah.
What you know about Brazilian music?"
Yeah.
I said, "I know enough, but you can help. You can come whenever you see me going off track, just come and help me out."
Yeah.
And that's how I started.
Mm.
And the people loved me.
Yeah.
I used to play all the major Brazilian parties in town.
Wow.
And the Brazilian DJs.
Uh,
After a while, yeah, for
man,
about 6 years.
you just get more interesting as time goes on, man. But go ahead.
And by this time, I was doing a Brazilian program, and I had a Brazilian host.
Yeah.
Now, I used to go to Brazil every year. I
Okay.
went to Rio for 2 years, and for the rest, I discovered Salvador Bahia.
Yeah.
Loved Salvador Bahia. Never went back to Rio,
Wow.
and went to Salvador Bahia. Love. Uh, you got where I was staying, an area called very historic area called Pillarino. A
Mm.
Jamaican guy had a little 16-room hotel.
Okay.
He used to live in the area, and he told me to come stay by him. And he gave me a good deal, and so I used to go and spend 11 days with him
Wow.
every year. And music was all over Pillarino.
Yeah.
Got to see. We went to big shows when they had big shows. Uh, of course, met a lot of fine Brazilian women.
That's why I said it's just music.
And I had a good time. I loved it.
Yeah.
And what turned me off, I used to play at this Brazilian club at on Columbia Road for a couple years. And I went to Brazil 1 year.
Yeah.
And what happened, I didn't know that the guys who were running the club was owned by a Spanish man, that they were having problems with the Spanish man
Yeah.
about paying the Spanish man for rental.
Yeah.
And when I left the Brazilian guys.
Yeah.
When I came back, right, to, went down there to the club to play, and I asked them, and they said, "Oh, they're no longer here." I said, "What happened?" Now the guy who was taking over for me, when I went up to him, I said to him, "I'm back. You know, there's no hurry for me to start, but whenever you feel like." And he said to me, "Oh, I don't think you're gonna play here no more." So I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Because those guys are no longer here and blah blah. Mr. Is senior." I didn't fuss with him.
Yeah.
I went downstairs and I met the gentleman who owned the place,
Yeah.
and he he told me, the guy upstairs told him that I didn't know nothing about Brazilian music and all. He bad taught me. Anyhow,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just gave up play. I gave up playing music. Period. I stopped playing music.
Wow.
Didn't play no more at parties or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was about what, 2001.
2001. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Carr, man. So now let's see, we in 2024. So what you came over to Blazing Radio in what 2000?
You know, I blazed
Hmm.
for about 3 years, 2 years. He kept asking me to come over. And finally I said to him, "Okay, I'll come, but I'm going to do a oldies show."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did that maybe a year or two. And I think it was a Tuesday night,
Yeah.
about 2 or 3 hours it was. But after a while, it got to me, and I just didn't go back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He was a little upset and all that, but I, it's mid-December will make 45 years I'm doing radio here in Washington, D.C.
Mm.
Over the years, I have changed up how I play music on the radio.
Yeah.
In the 90s and all that, which was the best period, in my opinion, the 80s, 90s,
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of dance hall, but it was good dance hall.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it was dance hall was rolling.
Yeah.
And as time went by, the dance hall thing, the nonsensical stuff started to come out. I
Yeah.
eased off playing dance hall. Do I play dance hall today? Every now and then I'll touch one. It depends.
Yeah.
And the lyrics and all that stuff. I
Yeah.
don't play the nonsensical stuff.
Yeah.
And at one time, they had changed program director, and they moved me from Thursday night, which was a popular time for me, to Monday morning, 12 midnight to 2 a.m. And I told the guy, I don't think I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But somebody at the station told me, "Tony, don't quit. If you quit, they're going to take reggae off
Yeah.
permanently."
Yeah.
So don't quit. So I said, okay, I sucked it up. And I used to do the same thing I used to do on Thursday night. But I recognized that for the first month I was there, I never received one phone call.
Mm.
And I was getting kind of no, maybe nobody listening to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that feeling?
Yeah.
And I said, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't want to be on this time of the night.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like anybody is listening to me because I've been here a month now and nobody has ever called. And when I did that, the phone just blew up.
Yeah.
When you're listening,
Yeah.
I said, what the hell?
Yeah.
But what I found out that the people who were listening at that time of the night didn't want to hear no dance hall.
Yeah.
So it's a more mature, older, mature
Yeah.
crowd. So I changed up my music, right? And a couple years ago, about 6 years ago, they made changes again. And they said, how about, would you like to move to Sunday nights 10 to 12, which is where I am now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, of course. And I said, what you going to do with the 12 to 2?
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't know yet." I said, well, let me get somebody for you to do because I wanted reggae to continue.
Yeah.
I got teacher.
Yep. Yep. Teacher, the musical preacher.
Yeah. And he took over from 12 to 2 and a couple other. It was like a team of them. DJ Smooth, the guy live in Baltimore, and there was a little young white guy who now lives in Nicaragua.
Okay.
And they used to come in, and I went to 10 to 12.
Mm.
I made a change again in how I play music.
Yeah.
I decided because I listened to a lot of internet radio stations and all that, and everybody was playing the same
Same stuff.
old popular songs
Yeah.
from 80s, 90s, especially 90s. And so I decided, let me introduce new music and new artists.
Yeah.
And that's what I started to do. I didn't know my program was making such an effect on the people
Hmm.
until I went to a wedding almost 3 years ago. Ed Robinson, he sings.
Yeah.
Okay. Ed Robinson got married to this lovely lady, Joanna.
Okay.
And when I got there, all these people who I was playing their music, I didn't know anything about them, was just coming all over me,
Mm.
calling me legend and all that kind of stuff. I was shocked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was talking to somebody and they said, man, they love you here in Florida.
Yeah.
They've been hearing about you for years. You've been playing their music.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a large listenership in Florida.
Mm.
I play a lot of South Florida artists because they make a lot of good music out of South Florida, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this, but it's 2 hours of my life that,
You enjoy.
yeah, I still enjoy doing it. And until when it hits me, I'll know. I
Yeah.
just won't go back anymore.
Yeah.
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 And it will be the end of an era because nobody's going to do what I do.
Man,
Nobody.
you have a journey, and I- most likely next week I'm gonna interview Mr. Vaughn Martin. Yourself, Mr. Martin. You know, I've never met John Blake. Believe it or not, never met him before.
John, I learned a lot of things about radio,
Yeah.
standing over the shoulders of John Blake. The 6 years or so I spent helping him or working with him.
Yeah.
I learned one thing from John: do not ever panic.
Mm.
Do not panic.
What goal? What would happen? What would say? How did you know what in radio media? something is going to happen.
Yeah, oh yeah. You'll be surprised. You, Alonzo, you'd be surprised how much time I make mistakes on the radio. Nobody knows.
Yeah,
I'm the only one who knows.
yeah, yeah.
And you'll never hear. A lot of time I play songs that I didn't mean to play.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
won't know.
yeah, yeah,
Hear people say, "Oh, that wasn't the song
yeah,
that I was going to play," and I never say that.
yeah,
Uh, what the hell? First of all, I can play anything from my thing because I can close my eyes and play anything because
yeah,
I don't. I get music that I think is good.
yeah, yeah,
So I don't. If I play a song by mistake, you won't know. You, the public, the only person who will know that I played that song by mistake is me.
yeah,
I'm not gonna let you know. Sometimes I might joke about it, but you really don't know. I make a lot of mistakes. I say things sometimes when I listen back because I listen back every week.
yeah.
On my way to work, I listen to it, and I'd be surprised how many times I say stupid things that I didn't realize I said it. But guess what?
It happens, man.
It happens. I call people with the wrong name and all that stuff. I said the wrong time or wrong date and all
Yeah.
that. You know. So, but I enjoy what I'm doing, and I still think there's quite a number of people who like what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
you know, uh, the occasional calls I'll get for me to play an old artist and all, those are people who really don't know reggae.
yeah,
They know about reggae, so they'll call you and ask you. Uh, I want to hear a Bob Marley. I want to hear a Peter Tosh. Or I want to hear when certain artists.
mm,
Right away. I know that they don't know much about reggae, but they're listening.
yeah,
Sometimes I I'll appease them, but sometimes I just go ahead and do what I'm doing.
yeah,
So it's uh, radio is fascinating. You say you're going to interview Von Martin sometime next week.
yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of young folks don't listen to Von anymore,
Mm,
but they are missing out because Von does some great interviews.
yeah,
That man has interviewed a lot of people, a
I,
lot of people. But young people, they
yeah.
want to hear jump up and I mean, yeah, like everybody going crazy over you. You might not want me even talk about this Vibes Cartel guy. You don't hear Vibes
The
Cartel on my show.
name of the show, real people, real conversation. So
Yeah, I don't.
yeah,
To me, he's a very talented young man.
yeah,
But the music that he used to put out,
hmm,
no, you'll not hear me play no Vibes Cartel. And I don't understand what is the fascination about Vibes Cartel. A lot of people you see running up their mouth on Facebook about Vibes Cartel.
yeah.
Tell them to name two, not three. Tell them to name two Vibes Cartel songs. They don't know.
Well, I will say this as far as the Vibes Cartel argument. I like Vibes Cartel as an artist, and
He's a
the one thing I would say about Vibes Cartel that I respect as an artist, the artist and as the artist, the artistry of Vibes Cartel is the versatility that I admire. So yes, he has a lot of slackness songs. He also has some country songs.
he
Yeah,
does.
yeah, he
I
definitely.
would love to hear them because I've never heard one.
I said it to you. He do have some conscious songs.
Well, maybe I don't know because once I see his name come up. They send me music. I just delete it.
Yeah,
But I know I say this one thing about him,
yeah.
that he's a very talented person.
Very talented. Very
I
talented.
just wish he would use his talent
Yeah, I agree.
in a more positive way. And he just released a song the other day.
Yeah,
Pure same nonsense. And I wrote about it on Facebook. And a
yeah,
lot of people agree with me.
yeah. I saw the comment. Honestly, I haven't. I'm being honest with you. I haven't listened to none of Vibes Cartel new music. For the simple fact that I think the whole Vibes Cartel thing now is like people just it won't be the same. He's not the same person, and I think he's trying to make up for lost years. I
Well,
mean
he's
that.
going to be a rich man on the 1st of January.
Yeah. And like I said, I still like Vibes Carter as an artist. But I'll get some of his country songs, his really good songs, and send it to you so you can check it out.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
If they're good, I'll play it.
I'll send you some stuff I believe you will
But,
like. I'll send you something I believe you will
but
like.
I'll be honest with you. I don't listen to his music.
Yeah,
But I know, and I know he's a talented person. I
yeah,
listen, I used to listen to his music, and I said, "Why this guy wasting?" But yeah, Lady Saw said this once
mm,
with an interview that I did with her in the days back then.
mm,
She said, I used to make nice conscious music. Nobody paid me any attention
yeah,
until I started to make the music. Them, I think them were here,
yeah,
and I became a superstar.
yeah,
I said, "Wow." She had to do nonsense to be heard. She told me I had to make a living,
yeah,
and the conscious music I used to do wasn't bringing me anything. But from this moment I start all this other stuff, people love me. I start make money.
yeah,
I can see with that. She had to make a living.
yeah. You
Yeah.
know, you mentioned Lady Soul. My mind just went back to a question that I wanted to ask you. Um, what was your most memorable interview that you can remember that stuck with you over the years?
Would you believe it was not a reggae artist?
Really?
Uh, it was Professor Rex Nettleford.
All right, I'm gonna be naive here. Who's that?
Professor Rex Nettleford was, of course, uh, one of Jamaica's brightest individuals. He was a hell of a dancer back in the days. When I left Jamaica, he was a dancer
Okay.
with the Jamaica National Dance Company,
Yeah.
and very famous dance company in Jamaica.
Mm.
Then he was a professor at the University of West Indies. And I was at WOL at the time, and I think it was somebody from the embassy said, Professor Nettleford is in town. Would you like to do an interview with
Mm.
him? I said, of course. It turned out to be, was supposed to be 10 minutes, turned out to be about an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah.
One of the best interview I think I ever done. The
Wow.
best interview I ever done with a reggae artist
Yeah.
was uh, Bob Andy.
Bob Andy.
Yes, because I learned a lot of things about the Studio One music.
Okay.
There were two people I learned a lot of things about Studio One music. What was happening at Studio One was Bob Andy, and this was not a radio interview, but I sat and talked with him for about 3 4 hours. Was great keyboardist, uh, He was in the Scatolites. I have in a blank.
Mm.
But
That nice days, yeah. That's I,
uh,
yeah. Unless I pull it up, keyboardist for the Scatolites.
yeah, we sat and see if you can pull it up. We sat and talked for about 3 4 hours. He was backing up Yellow Man, I think it was, at
Okay.
the old 930 club. And he and Baba Andy and Leroy Sibbles
Mm.
were the ones who, Baba Andy was the one who was, would be up front, uh, interviewing artists, listening to them, see if they, and then uh, Jackie Metu. Jackie Metu, I got it.
I got Jackie too.
Yeah, Jackie Metu.
Okay. All right.
And I learned a lot about what was happening with Studio One with Jackie Metu, between him and Jackie Metu and Bob Andy.
The famous Bob Andy, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they didn't have a lot of good things to say about Cox and Dad.
Yeah.
I'll
So,
be honest with you.
man, Mr. Carr, we could talk for days, man, because you got so much history and so much knowledge, and you know so many people. So you seen the Bob Marley movie?
Yes, I did.
So you heard about the betrayal, not betrayal, the way how they portrayed Mr. Dawson Cox. Do you?
No, no, no. That part is totally not true. Well, let's face it.
Yeah,
That Bob Marley
movie.
movie,
Yeah,
it was for a period of a small period of Bob's life.
yeah,
From the time they made the attempt to shoot him, right?
yeah.
When he, and then he went to London. He
Mm,
went to Bahamas first. Then he went to London and made some of his greatest music over there.
yeah,
And until he came back with that big concert in Jamaica. Now, that movie, One Love, was to make their mother, Rita Marley, look good.
yeah, yeah,
I'm not going to sit here right now and say anything negative about her, but Bob was a womanist.
yeah.
Bob was a womanist. And even though she was one of the I3s and was close to Bob, around Bob, they did not live as man and wife for many, many years.
Wow. Mm,
Uh, 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 From what I hear from people who knew them, I know a lot of things. Bob's biggest love, greatest love, probably was Damian Marley's mother.
mm.
Was her name Cindy Breakshear?
Yeah. The
That- I'm not saying this is gospel, but from what I hear and what I know,
yeah,
people who was around Bob at that time,
yeah,
and I'm talking about people who knows Bob,
yeah,
including Alan Skill Cole,
yeah,
who they try to ignore in that movie. They did not live as man and wife for many, many years.
yeah,
And I'm not going to say this here, but a good friend of both Bob and Rita once told me a story that she asked Rita, "Why do you do this?"
yeah,
And because we used to get all kind of stories.
yeah,
I used to have good connections at Island Records when they were in New York.
yeah,
I used to get Bob Marley music a month before it was released. You know, before he died. I knew that Bob wasn't going to make it,
Yeah.
That's, I was getting a weekly report from New York. So I know Bob was going to make it. I was
Yeah.
hoping, but as time went by, they were telling me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, I could never say it on the air.
Yeah.
I was told never to say anything I tell you on the air.
Yeah.
And, but I knew he was going to make it. So, and it was funny. Uh, I went to visit John Blake at WHOR,
Mm.
and he and I were standing up. I think we were standing up like in the lobby area
Yeah.
when this young lady from the news department walked in and handed John a piece of paper and said, "Bob Marley died, John."
Mm.
I
So,
never forget. It was 11:45 a.m.
so you was with John Blake at the time you heard the
Yeah,
news about Bob passed.
he
Wow.
and I heard it was 11:45 when we heard that news.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm. Man.
and
Mm.
this young lady, she used to be with PFW.
Yeah.
I think I used to be on Tuesday night at that time.
Mm.
It was a Monday. I think it was a Monday when Bob died, and this young lady called me up and said, "Tony, I have perhaps one of Bob's last interview.
Yeah.
Would you like it?" It was recorded in Boston. It wasn't his last because I know after that he went to New York,
Yeah.
but it was one of his last interview. And I also have interviews with his children. His
Wow.
children was never heard uh, on radio until I played that interview. I said, yes, I need everything I can get about Bob Marley.
Yeah.
So she brought it, wheel to wheel.
Yeah.
Re- and I had those interviews for years, and somebody borrowed it, the Bob Marley interview, and I never returned it, and I can never remember who. Yeah, but I
Man.
kept it for years,
Yeah.
and somebody borrowed it, and it disappeared.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
but Bob Marley will live forever, man.
Yeah. Yeah. He definitely, I I always tell this story. My dad, I love music to my father. My father had a studio and with a DJ and stuff like that. And when I showed an interest in playing music, the first album he gave me my hand to learn to play was Exodus. I never forget that.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, so over the years, man, 45 years broadcasting, you have received countless awards. From my recollection, over 30 awards. Am I around them numbers?
Well, there's a look behind me. There's just a bunch, a couple,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you can see above the TV.
Yeah, I see some stuff up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have gotten awards from every major Caribbean organization in this area. The last one I got was the Marcus Garvey Award of the Jamaica Association of Maryland.
Yes.
Was it July, August?
I think that was August, I believe.
August. And I felt very good about that award. You know why?
Right.
Marcus Garvey Award.
Yeah.
That's it right here.
Yeah, let's see it, man. Let's see it.
Yeah. It's near and dear to me because Marcus Garvey is our first national hero,
Yes.
man who in during his lifetime was not accepted in Jamaica
Yeah.
by those people.
Yeah.
They didn't know his worth.
Mm.
They didn't realize the impact that he had. I've been awarded Jamaican Nationals Association a couple of times. I've been awarded by Antiguan Association
Wow.
with Elaine.
Yes.
Was part of that association.
Yeah.
I've been awarded association awards. I have some of the awards are for track and field,
Mm.
Excels High School that I used to coach in Jamaica. I think I have about 2 or 3 awards from different Excels groups, but mostly awards from groups around the DC area.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. I'll be honest with you, a lot of times when people call me and tell me they're going to give me an award, I used to wonder why. Until, until somebody tell me
Yeah.
this is why they're giving you. I never looked at it that way. And I
Yeah.
shut up. So when people call me and give me an award, I accept it
Yeah.
while I'm still around, alive. And I'm forever grateful because it means that I have touched some lives over the years.
Yeah.
So I accept them. I well, a lady called me, I think in May,
Yeah.
and said, Tony, without you knowing this, I sent in your name for this presidential award.
Yes.
So, what presidential award? She said, from the United States president.
Yeah.
I said, what you talk? I didn't know anything. She said, don't worry, you're going to be contacted and they'll explain to you.
Yeah.
So, one Martin, myself, and a couple other people, Roland Barnes, there was about 4 or 5 people from this area. We got this presidential award for long service.
Yeah, man. That needs a round of applause, man. That man.
Signed by the President of the United States of America.
Wow. Wow.
And even the award I got from JAM was, I also got
Yeah.
certificates from the governor of Maryland
Mm.
and the mayor of Baltimore.
Okay.
So, well, I think I was the first one who recognized that this man was going to be the Maryland governor of Maryland.
Governor West.
I took I took a
Yeah.
picture with him and I endorsed him,
Yeah.
and I got a lot of good response on it.
Yeah.
I didn't know about him from the Caribbean community
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
until I posted that thing. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to say it.
Mm.
I helped to elect that man.
But
Yeah,
stand with conviction, man. Stand
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to help elect Angela Elsa Brooks too.
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
have a picture that I took with her, and I'm going to put it out near election time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want this. He was a decent mayor, but I don't want him to win because he's a Republican.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have there's some people who I have to say thanks to for years of Dr. Elaine Simon.
Yes. She's actually on right now watching. So
Oh, she is.
yes, she's on watching.
She she has included me in the Baltimore Carnival for years. She and Lofton Sargent. Uh,
Oh, she's
was-
actually pause real quickly. She said, she say, hi, Tony. Always a pleasure to hearing your story. So many examples that we can learn from.
oh, that's what she said?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm,
Hi, Elaine. How are you?
mm.
That's Neil Matai, mother-in-law.
Yes, I.
Yes. That,
Mm,
Neil and I go way back. I
mm.
like that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I don't hear from Neil for a week or two,
Mm.
I got a call and I said, we talk about nonsense, but we got to talk. You know,
Yeah.
Lafton Sergeant is another person that I have to say a big kudos to.
Yes.
Never leaves me out.
Hmm.
You know, there's some people like Alton Gale at Crossroads. Even when we didn't see eye to eye, he kept me close.
Yeah.
Even when he fired me, because he fired me because
uh,
I used to do a big parang show at Crossroads.
I didn't know this.
Oh
I didn't.
yes,
Oh
we used
yeah.
to bring some top parang groups from Trinidad,
Okay.
and one year we had one of those singers
Mm.
was hoarse. He couldn't sing.
Yeah.
That Indian fellow, what's his name again, man? Beautiful voice.
Uh, uh,
Uh,
the Parang person was
yeah,
busy.
yeah.
Was here. You know.
And Sprang, I used to always hire Sprang as a DJ.
Yeah.
So the guy came and he told me that, I can't sing. God, what a guy name, man. Anyhow, he said, I can't sing. So I said, I took him, I said, Sprang, can you play his music? Don't
Yeah.
tell him, don't don't tell Sprang what to play. Sprang know all your hits. You have all the hits, right, Sprang? Sprang said, yeah. I said, just play his music. Just keep eye contact with each other, and people will not know. And people did not know that he was not actually singing.
You lip singing the Parang?
He was lip singing. This Trinity
Yeah.
brother used to work in a bar and think he was a big shot at the time at Crossroads. He
Um.
went. He went and told Alton that Alton, you're paying a guy who didn't sing.
Yeah. I
And
think it was.
Alton and I got into it, and he fired me.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
he after any big show, any shows coming across, so guess who was still the MC?
Yeah. He still call you.
Still call me, and I still work with him. I don't hold grudges,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the people like that, uh, you know, Bobby Adams, who's married to my cousin, is like my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like that, I keep close.
Yeah.
As I get older, uh, I know a lot of people,
Yeah.
but I don't. My circle is very close, very small these days. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know a lot of people. A lot of people know me,
Mm.
but I don't hang out with a lot of people no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hang out with a small group of people.
Mm.
I don't go to any and everything
Yeah. Yeah.
anymore. Sprung invited me to celebrate my birthday at Crossroads too, and I thought about it like for about 24 hours, and I told him no.
Yeah.
'Cause,
When was your birthday?
I'm born between two greats. I'm born February 3rd.
Okay. Okay.
Dennis Brown is the first, and Bob Marley is the sixth, and I'm in the middle, the
Ah,
third.
ah, nice. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, and my mother was born also February, I think, 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I still have two brothers.
Yeah.
One who does a nice Caribbean program in Montreal
Yeah.
on Saturdays from 4 to 7.
Mm.
Howard. He's loved up there. Howard Stretch Carr.
Yeah.
And then my older brother, uh, Lee. He's retired now. He and his wife, that all they do is travel over the world.
Yeah.
And then I have one sister left, and she's getting up there. She lives with my niece up in Mississauga. So every year I drive to Canada. This year I went to Mississauga. Next
Okay.
year I go to Montreal. I spend a week with my brothers up there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So and then I have a niece here, which a lot of people don't know,
Yeah.
Alison. and then I have my cousin who's married to Bobby Adams.
Okay.
Yeah, and little old me,
I told you.
little old me over here.
I
Yeah.
Mr. And it's
Oh my God! You know we've been talking for almost 2 hours.
well, hey, that's listen, man. When you come on, I already prepared myself to be on here for a while because, like I said, you have so much history, so much knowledge. And over the years, we always talk and we
Yeah,
always have
yeah, yeah, yeah.
conversations anyway.
Your has been locked in my phone for umpteen years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely appreciate that, man. I've always looked at you not just as a mentor in the business, but as a friend. So like I said, man, I've
You
learned
know,
a lot.
I have a lot of respect for you anyway. So,
Yeah, well, thanks, man.
yeah. Maybe you didn't know that, but I do.
Mm.
Yeah.
But that means a lot. Thank you.
And this program you're doing now, I think is a very, very nice program. I listened to you and that gentleman last night talking about, is it the Florida Carnival, the Miami
Yeah,
Carnival?
yeah, the jump back forward, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And he gave a lot of useful information.
Yeah, very knowledgeable.
You've had people there that I have enjoyed from time to. I don't catch you every time, but every now and then I catch you and I listen. You might not know, but I listen. I pay attention because you ask good questions, and you make people feel relaxed and be themselves. You make me talk a whole lot tonight.
Well, like I said,
But
man.
guess what?
Uh-huh. Go
This is
ahead.
just the tip of the iceberg
Yes, yes.
about me. But,
Another tip of the iceberg.
oh yeah, there's a lot more to me than you might not really know. But I gave enough information about me.
Yeah,
But
yeah. You give a lot, a lot.
talk about all kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, with that, Mr. Carr, I definitely want to thank you again for taking time out to busy schedule. I definitely want to take this opportunity to.
What busy schedule?
Well, listen, you can be looking at your sports. 'Cause I know you like your sports. You made it. You made it.
Oh, there's no sports tonight, brother.
Yeah, I know. That's what
I
I'm saying.
mean, don't call me on a Monday night or
See?
Sunday evening during football
And,
season.
and Thursdays. Don't forget Thursday night football.
Well, I'll watch a game this week because I want them call girls to lose again. I hope the Giants come through.
Yeah.
And I can't stand them Cowboys, man.
Yeah.
They have the most annoying fans on earth.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I think a lot of people gonna be mad with me now, but it's true. Yeah,
It's all up.
it's all of yeah, and of course English Premier League. I watch it every week.
Yeah.
And when track season is on, don't even think about calling me when Jamaican athletes are running. I have no time for you.
I know you like your sports. I know you like
Oh
your
yeah, yeah.
Well, Mr. Carr, man, once again, thank you so much for taking time out. I just want to extend my appreciation and thanks for all the contributions to the arts and the arts and Caribbean culture within the last 45, I would say, plus years.
Yep.
We don't use the word legend likely, and you're one of those people that, like I said, I've known for a long time. And one of the reasons why I really came up with this platform, one of the reasons is the fact that, over the years, I've really had some really great conversations with yourself and many other people in the DMV. And certain stories that I'm privy to, I always feel like other people need to hear, other people need to know, because moving forward, my generation and behind, they need to know the people that actually paved the way. And no one can really tell your story but yourself. So that's why I kind of put this platform together. And thank you so much once again.
That is true. I'm a very honest, straightforward person.
Yeah.
And sometimes I might say things that throw people in thinking that I am. People used to tell me I'm nasty, and I always wonder why people say that.
Well, yeah, it could be blunt.
I tend to be blunt, at times, I'm very honest, but I am the nicest guy on earth if you get to know me.
Yeah, yeah,
But at one time, Alonzo, those things used to bother me a little.
yeah,
I don't let it bother me anymore. You
mm,
can say whatever you want to say about me.
yeah,
Doesn't bother me anymore. I'm too old for the crap.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm honest. That
Mm,
I know. I try to be very honest with what, and sometimes I think my honesty keeps me down.
yeah,
But it is what it is, and I appreciate that you spent almost 2 hours.
yeah. 2 hours is
It's
10:55.
10:55, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed our little talk, and I'm sure we'll talk again, right? In person, or if
Of,
you ever feel like I want to talk to me again, you
of
call
course,
me up.
we might have to do an encore. So before you
Yeah.
leave, I want you to tell folks where they can catch your show, and I know you also stream
Oh,
other platforms as other
before
stations.
I forget,
Hmm.
I am organizing a fundraiser for WPFW
Okay.
on Saturday, October the 5th.
Mm.
Every cent goes to PFW.
Saturday, October the 5th.
And it's from 7 p.m. to 12 midnight at the uh, what's the name of that? It's 2245 Rhode Island Avenue Northeast. It's I think it's very important that I let people know about this thing. I think I have okay. It's a fundraising concert featuring Carl Malcolm, Image Band, Curlew Reggae All
Okay.
Stars Band, Lady Flame,
Yeah.
aka The Flame, Bobby's Music Machine, Jimmy T Experience. It's $40. King
Uh,
Solomon Lodge, 2245 Rhode Island Avenue Northeast. All the artists have donated their service.
all right.
All of them.
You have a flyer for that already online or anything?
Yeah, online. I
All right.
can send you. I can send you one.
All
I
right.
don't know. I need all the help because we got to show that reggae uh, is is alive at PFW. I
And
don't know how many tickets have been sold, but I expect a
well,
decent crowd.
I'll definitely be there. And I feel like we could go on and on, but all those names that you just call, I pretty much interviewed all of those names. The only reason I knew of those names was because of you.
Yeah,
But
because I play the music.
yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep. So that's why I'm always so grateful
I I
for the
I, I tend to support
yeah,
Washington DC artists.
yeah,
You make good music, you send it to me, I'll play it.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
but
Mr. Carr, 10:58.
brother,
You're gonna wrap it up once
you
again,
you take
people.
care. You
Carr.
10:58. Time to go. We gotta stack up the. Some people would say I'm gonna stack up the uh my bag and head out of here. Walk good, my friend, and
War,
thank you.
one last thing. War good. Where that came from? Because you always say that. Where that came from?
Walk good meaning that you're wishing that person who you tell walk good
Safe
all
journey.
the best.
Yeah,
As it's it's good night, goodbye, whatever. But
yeah,
when I tell somebody walk good, it's
yeah,
a feel good thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, walk good.
All right, Mr. Carr. War good. Good
Yeah,
night.
yeah, man.
All right.
All right.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Tony Carr. Man, I tell you, what a long. I wouldn't say a long interview, man. It's just history. Man has so much history, so much knowledge. I mean, you definitely have to cherish, these individuals while they're here. So with that, folks, man, I'm going to give you guys or bid you guys good night. Been a long day for me. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Natalie, big up yourself. Ellie Shine, of course, big up yourself. Thanks for supporting the show. Kimmy, how are you? Damien, Kizzy, Dr. Lynn Simon. Miss Alvarado, how are you? Miss Yvette, how are you doing? Much appreciation. And once again, guys, make sure and share the live. And we'll be here again tomorrow night at 9 p.m. We should be interviewing Judy's Island Grill alongside Miss Freaka Scott, mother and daughter. They have a very inspirational story. Of course, Freaka Culture Fest, one of the largest music and arts festivals in the DMV. And of course, you have Miss Judy, owner of Judy's Island Grill. 3 locations in the DMV, 1 in Georgia and also 1 in Toronto. I think that's run by a sister. So anyway, look up for that show tomorrow night. And once again, man, thank you for support as we work to make the show bigger and better. And of course, if you want to support the show financially, my Cash App is $ at Alonzo Bash. Maybe I'll change it to Alonzo Bash Show. But anyway, it's at Alonzo Bash if you want to, show your contribution to help, make the show bigger and better, because I have a vision for the show. And I think what is something that we all can be proud of, here in the DMV. But anyway, with that, man, I bid you guys good night. And as my good friend Tony Carr says, walk good. All right, nighty night.